Well, football fans have been looking forward to today for months. Players and coaches are arriving in St. Joe for Chiefs training camp.
Our Andrew Carter and Danny Welniak are both live from Missouri Western State University, where the rookies and the QBs are preparing for their first workouts. Andrew begins our coverage tonight. Andrew.
Hey guys, yeah, today some of the players arrived, especially those rookies and quarterbacks, and it was also the first time we got to hear from head coach Andy Reid. And I don't know about you, but it does have me insanely pumped and ready for football season. Let's roll the video of the guys arriving. Derek Johnson, one of the first you see getting to camp today. He will be ready to go for training camp, but on limited reps. Now, coaches also walked up with a heavy media presence on hand today. But no bigger player arrived than quarterback Alex Smith. And aside from the arrival of players, we were able to talk to head coach Andy Reid, who addressed Tamba Hali's Twitter rant, where Hali mostly complained about his playing time last season.
The one thing you love about Tamba is he loves to play. I mean, that's the one thing. I can't tell you he's getting any younger. I can't tell you that. I do love the fact that he bugs on you that he wants to play. As coaches, we have to make that decision. Do I love the fact that he wants to play? Yeah, he's going to be 50 years old and probably still tweeting out those things that he wants to get in his plays. I love that about him.
Now, there is one thing that Andy Reid also added. We have Danny Welniak with us now. He added that, you know, while he's okay with Hali saying those things, he wished he would have said it internally, not publicly on Twitter. And I know you have another side of this story as well.
Yeah, we saw Brett Veach, the new Chiefs GM, be introduced this morning for the first time formally to everyone. He said, great timing on his part, his first reaction, of course, to seeing those tweets, but mostly passive between Reid and him, and even Clark Hunt. Obviously, they're all going to address it. But one of the big things that stood out about that introductory press conference this morning was the fact that even before Veach got to the podium, they took all of the media aside into a separate room to talk to Clark Hunt so that he could address the firing and letting go of Dorsey. Now, this was the first time that we really got a chance to have any of these questions answered. And one of the big things that Hunt said was that it was multiple reasons, among those being the salary cap.
It was the issues that popped up this spring that led me to the evaluation. In the course of that evaluation, you learn things that maybe you weren't aware of a year or two ago that factored into the decision. I felt that we needed the change in the personnel department if we were going to match the coaching side in terms of the quality of the organization, and that's why the decision was made.
Let's be real here.
Well, Hunt said there were no discussions of contract negotiations with Dorsey, and they didn't want a lame duck general manager going into the season. Now, the biggest thing he said is that they need a more organized and stronger personnel department. He had concerns about sustaining the success of this team. Hunt also said that in regards to the hiring of Veach, Andy Reid had some input, but Hunt ultimately made that decision, and he's not worried at all about Andy's influence on Veach's decision-making. So, Andrew, we ended up having a chance to sit down and go one-on-one with Veach and ask him that very same question. Our viewers will be able to hear that coming up at 6 o'clock. But also, Veach is here right now. He literally left the interview, got out of his suit, and put on the practice stuff and said, hey, I'm headed to St. Joe. We'll see you up there.
Well, he's not the only one ready for camp. The quarterbacks are as well. So we'll have more on the quarterback depth chart coming up on KCTV 5 News at 6. For now, we are set from training camp. We'll see you again in about an hour.